Just your daily reminder that your president has a coochie where his neck should be. He has a coochie neck. Okay.
It's time for our daily dose of cope. And here we have little Leonidas, all fresh-faced and small-bellied. But we know that that is going to change as Leonidas gets more and more faces to eat. Let's go ahead and check out some of these stories for today. Now let's get to this before and after from this person named the Drunk Republican. So November 6th, he made this picture. It says, "Laughing my butt off. Waterworks at Kamala's concession speech." And you see these people sad that Kamala Harris lost. Exactly 1 year later, he says, I'm a Trump guy, voted for him 3 times, donated to his campaign, spent countless hours of my life making memes in his honor. That sounds weird. It sounds like a dumb use of time, but okay. I want nothing more than for him to succeed. But this golden age rhetoric ain't it. The job market sucks. Stuff is too expensive and is ringing hollow with people. I realize things are looking up. Are they? Are they really looking up? Okay. He says, and I'm convinced they will straighten out. But spiking the football without scoring a touchdown is a bad look, especially after the election where they got molly-whopped. There's a ton of work to do before the midterms. Less talky and more walky, please. Thank you for your attention to this matter. P.S. Can't wait for the inevitable unfollowed replies simply for voicing my opinion on an app where people voice their opinions. This person hasn't been affected enough yet. He's there. He's seeing that things are not going that well. He's still holding out hope. So, his face isn't eaten enough. This is the reason why I will continue to say they need to feel this for 3 to 7 years. This person, Sinking Fast, gave us different posts, all with one amazing. This person, Sinking Fast, gave us a variety of feast right here. So he or she titles this Trump Disillusionment Syndrome. Let's take a look at these people. So David right here at the top says, tags POTUS and Donald Trump saying, Donald Trump being an ass treats half of the USA with contempt. His chaos, pride, malice is clumsy and unsustainable. As a Christian conservative in Texas, I regret voting for Trump. I will not vote in midterms. Trump is not my savior. He has failed this nation. And then he tags the press secretary. Some of these people are fighting mad, and I really do wonder if they won't vote or if they will flip over to the other side. Probably not so much, but if they stay home, that is still a win. Now we have Rugby Lawyer saying, I am a Republican and I believe Trump failed. I am not voting in the upcoming midterms. I regret voting for Trump. Best case scenario, he is removed from office because he is unfit at this point. So far, his main concern is enriching his family in the markets. And then he tags, or this person tags, Representative Thomas Massie. That is absolutely true. His family is pulling in all kinds of money. Now we have John right here. John says, President Trump, I voted for you 3 times, but groceries are not down. The need to return to the levels of your first term, or maybe they need to return to the levels of your first term, and they are not that. Also, gas is all over the place. $3.29 per gallon where I'm at. Help is needed. We don't live on eggs alone. I heard Donald Trump in one of his press talkies this week that gas is nearing $2. And I'm trying to figure out where gas is $2. The dude is delusional and is not living in reality. He's living in Delulu land. Now we have Boxing Andy, and Boxing Andy is replying to Cat Turd, saying, I agree with her on the price of food. This is why I voted for Trump. I told my libtard family members that once Trump was elected, inflation would go down, not slow down. I truly believed the drill baby drill and deregulating would do that. Apparently, I was wrong. Some of these people are admitting it, but some people are just going to be staunch and, really sink their feet in. They're going to keep on defending him no matter what. But some people live in reality and they go out into the world and spend money. Now we have Cali Girl Refugee saying, Trump and the administration are traitors to the campaign promises. I 100% regret my vote. And then we have Patrick over here saying, I voted 3 times for you and I still back you, but you need to do something on food prices. The prices are ridiculous, because we have Trump here saying that inflation is down, groceries are down, gas is down, electricity is down, and anyone living in reality knows that nothing is down. This was posted in the Leopards Ate My Face. So this person says, Regina Foley asked Trump for help. She voted for him 3 times and still wants Republicans to control the House in 2026. Trump says she's wrong about prices and thinks she'll vote for him again. Here is the quote right here from Regina Foley. It says, I want the Republicans to keep control of Congress in 2026, but something has to be done fast. I don't see the best economy now. Wall Street numbers do not reflect Main Street money. Please do something, President Trump. And so for people like this, they want the Republicans to stay in charge, even though the Republicans are in charge right now. The Republicans are in charge right now, and they don't know how to govern, and they won't negotiate with Democrats. So the Republicans in charge right now own everything about what is going on in this economy, in the politics, in the air traffic, and all of that. They own all of this right now in this country. And nothing will be done unless these Republicans are kicked out of Congress in the midterms. We have an amazing transition right here. So this one said, Kamala would turn America communist, now hoping we don't end up with bugs as food under Trump. The transition, the way people have changed their minds in just a few months is amazing. So this was back in October 2024, and Sparrow is replying to the Kamala Harris headquarters saying, great commercial, and everyone needs to vote for Trump so we don't end up a communist country under Kamala. So drag your friends to the voting booth and to see that they support Trump. And then he shows this sign, Trump bans 2024. Now here Sparrow is replying to Elon Musk, the trillionaire. He says, I feel the same way. I'm voting for Trump for the 3rd time because I don't want to live in a communist country. And if Kamala gets in, that's what we'll be in by this time next year. Now, keep in mind, we're here this time next year, and we're not in a communist country, but we're in a country that is falling apart at its seams. Now here he is, November before the election. He says, we're on the precipice of the end of America if Kamala gets in. We'll be calling each other comrade if Trump doesn't win. Pray to God will have mercy on America and put Trump in and expose the dim shenanigans for what they are. And then he gives us this cartoon. It says, can't today. I'm busy watching the season finale of the United States. Now here he is on July 2nd saying a lot of Trump support in the 2024 election was more of a vote against Kamala than a vote for Trump. I voted for Trump 3 times, but after his stance on the COVID vaccine, my 3rd vote for him was really a vote against Kamala. I'm very glad he won, but I do have a lot of issues with how he conducts himself on social media, and I've got friends who feel the same. So he's saying that his support is kind of wavering. Now fast forward to November of 2025, he says, and when Trump loses the midterms, he'll be impeached in early 2027, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him forced to resign in disgrace like Nixon. He's going to be very sorry. He told us he didn't need our support. He might not, but the Republicans do, and they're the firewall keeping him from being impeached again. The last one from Sparrow. He says, Trump is just as much God's judgment on America as Biden, Obama, the Bushes, and Clinton were. And I think God is exposing Trump for who he is because so many Christians were convinced that Trump would single-handedly save America. We'll be lucky if we aren't reduced to eating bugs by the time he leaves office. So many people were poor, unhealthy, fixed income, and now they are getting what they voted for. This is what you asked for, right, Sparrow? All right, we all love a good how it started, how it's going. All right, so this one's titled, Trump voter who cheered Fire Them All at CDC workers watches her non-white immigrant husband get laid off and take a 30% pay cut. Now wants to ban the visa that brought him here. the cognitive dissidence, the way they want to snatch people's opportunities is amazing, but it's par for the course for these freaking hypocrites. So this is Sarah. So Sarah, back in November of last year, says, my husband is a legal immigrant. He became a U.S. citizen in 2006. He has been pro-Trump from the time he announced his candidacy. I voted for Trump 3 times. And then August of this year, she says, yes, my husband came to the U.S. on a student visa in 1996. While still a student, he got an H-1B visa to work. He knows the program is now a scam and thinks they need to end all H-1B visas. So he came here, got his papers, got documented, and wants to pull up the ladder for other people like these other immigrant groups that come here and want to snatch up the ladders. I cannot stand these hypocrites. Now here's Sarah in August of this year saying, fire them all, start over. That's where she was talking about the CDC workers. Now, how it's going. This is November 5th. So fast forward 1 year. We are Trump supporters, have been from day one. We are hurting. We are still significantly financially behind where we were 5 years ago. The number one reason is the H-1B visa. My husband has to take a 30% pay cut to find a job after he was laid off. Terminate all foreign worker visas until all Americans are fully employed in their fields. I cannot stand these people basically saying you're not hurting the right people. Now we have a woman with the name Maria Hadikasumo. Hadikasumo sounds quite foreign, but okay. So here's Maria. She's talking to Rand Paul back in July. Rand Paul says, I have the same question as Representative Thomas Massie. Why does Washington feel the need to spend the same amount as last year or more? We should be reining in out of control spending and focus on paying down our national debt. And to that, Maria says, maybe the answer is that the Trump administration has to fix what was broken by the Biden administration, and that needs money. Imagine if your house was broken and you needed to fix it. Your budget would need to be higher this year than last year. Trump's administration needs money to do mass deportation, to build the wall, to prevent tax increases for the middle class, etc. And then she's responding to JD Vance right here back in June. So JD, Just Dance Vance says, President Trump has done more than any person in my lifetime to earn the trust of the movement he leads. I'm proud to stand beside him. And then Maria says, I stand with President Trump. I voted for him 3 times and have no regrets. I'm proud of President Trump. God bless him and God bless you and God bless President. Okay, so we see it's just a big old love fest. So that's how it started. Fast forward to November. Here we have the Rapid Response 47. That's Donald Trump's press team. So this is a quote from Donald Trump. It says, for years, our country was run by radicals, scoundrels, and far left bureaucrats who created one catastrophe after another. But after just 1 year since that glorious election, I'm thrilled to say that America is back. Now, he's talking about the radical bureaucrats from the left creating one catastrophe after another. I do want to remind us all that they came in and fired a bunch of people at the FAA. There has been so many catastrophes dealing with the airlines and aircrafts, and now holiday travel is going to be a catastrophe. It's going to be a bunch of chaos, and this is what these people did. But Maria says to Rapid Response 47, gaslighting at the max. Grocery prices are still up and up. Bogus peace deal. Continuing sending money to foreign countries. What golden era are you talking about? Unless you're talking about the golden era for the rich, the ones that party with you. I voted for you 3 times. To get betrayed this bad really stinks. Now down here, she's responding to MAGA influencer Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines says, we've got a lot of work to do to make sure the midterms aren't a disaster. And to that, Maria says, I'm a conservative and I won't vote again unless there is a candidate who puts America first instead of a foreign entity. I voted for Trump 3 times and I felt he betrayed us. They are mad. I hope they all sit down, but I hope that they feel the consequences of their vote for 3 to 7 years. Because if the Democrats come in and bail them out before they have really felt things, then that means that they will continue to vote Republican. So that's all that I have for today. But let's look at this video that I'm about to attach here. This woman, and she presents like a lesbian woman from Missouri. She's talking to the people up in New York saying, don't come down here to Missouri. And the people in the comments were like, girl, nobody was coming down to Missouri.
Good morning, New York. Good morning, New York City. I'm just enjoying my morning coffee here in the great red state of Missouri. And I just want to take a second to say, I know you're really excited right now. I know you're so pumped up right now. But in about a year, when you start looking to flee the policies that you just voted for, I just wanted to help you and let you know Missouri is terrible. It's awful here. Don't even consider it. It's awful. Missouri is just, you're going to hate it. So enjoy your day.
Great video. Missouri, you're about to catch some strays, so I'm sorry in advance. They're comparing New York City and the state of Missouri, so this is not going to be an apples-to-apples comparison, but let's start there. The entire state of Missouri's GDP in 2023 was $349 billion. Whereas the city of New York brought in nearly $1 trillion more than that just in New York City, and just expanding that area a little bit brought in $2.5 trillion. Along that line, 32% of your entire revenue comes from federal aid. That's us paying for you. Whereas the state of New York pays billions into the federal government more than it takes. So, oof. Probably much safer, though, in Missouri. It's top 20 for overall crime and violent crime. But still probably safer than New York, a Democrat-run blue state. Nope. One of the lowest crime rates per capita in America. Oof. You rank 37th in education. You rank 50th in school safety. No one who is living in New York City is going to flee to fucking Missouri. So I think you're safe, okay?
Before I get out of here, I wanted to show y'all that MAGA dude, or the Black Cali man, the man that was doing his little shuck and jive dance because people were not getting his snap. Earlier this year, he was talking about how, black people were walking away from the Democratic Party. So here's that video.
Let me talk to my common sense MAGA family real quick, because I know you pathetic, lunatic Democrats gonna comment, because that's just what you is. Delusional.com. But let me talk to my MAGA family real quick. It seems like history is repeating itself. Don't you find it funny that every time a Republican takes office, like the greatest president in the world, Donald J. Trump, these crazy Democrats act like the world is gonna end. The moment we start cutting taxes and trimming the budget, these crazy Democrats act like the sky's falling out. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been saying this from day one. I admire you crazy Democrats' consistency. You know, your in denial, delusional, radical mindset. But man, it's just crazy. Don't get me started on foreign policies. When it comes to that, the greatest president, Donald J. Trump, could be shaking hands, meeting the world leaders, signing peace deals. And the moment the Democrats see that, y'all will get on some type of social network and say, it must be nice. He must be planning something. And the moment there's tension overseas, the Democrats will run to a TV camera. It's almost if it's Black Friday and holler, you see? You see what happens when you let this fool in office? Yeah, y'all make no sense. Y'all are weak-minded. If you Democrats thinking y'all greatest weapon is to see the American people lose, I'm gonna say this like I've been saying it from day one. The greatest thing about this country, you can leave. You can leave right now, but we know you ain't going to. You can burn your own flags in your own state, and I would love to see how that's gonna work out. I'm gonna say it again. Get the